Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Journey of Darkness. How are you guys doing today? How's life? As I mentioned in between the episodes, I did a few hours of AFK fishing, and so far, we're filthy rich. Tons of books, tons of saddle, tons of fish, and we have 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 double chests, yes. The 5th one is only half full, but we have a decent supply of everything. I have done a decent amount of mining in between the episodes, but I want to go for another round, because we want to get into immersive engineering as well. Let me get some food. Fresh fish from last night. Also during my mining session, if we get lucky and find some eclogite, we might even start making a base. Cause that block kind of looks cool. I need some coal for torches. Anyways, the less talking I do, the better. Let us get down to business. So I found a dungeon and there are no mobs. Interesting. What do we get? Horse armor is nice. Golden horse armor is nicer. Holy. Abyssal craft? Anti-ghoul. I do have a feeling that I'm never ever going to reach that chest. Oh, shadow creatures. My dearest friend. You're no match for the shadows. And we got a gem. Oh, they have a spawner here. Okay, that explains. Nice. I just lost 65 levels. Unfortunately, despite my best attempts, I could not find the stone that I wanted to use in order to make the house. So we're going to roll with that one. It's not the worst. It's like literally the next best thing to this one. But anyways, house is not very important. What are we going to do for progress? Very good question. Let me enlighten you with darkness. Darkness in jingle dress. Nice. So last episode we did manage to finish totemic and get into roots. Now the problem is that in order to fire that pyre that we have, we need to get into immersive engineering and start getting steel. Because obviously a flint and steel does require an actual steel. But that is actually very good for us to get started with immersive engineering as soon as possible, because that is going to unlock mechanism and applied energistics. So applied energistics is not that far off. So we need to start preparing some material. Obviously one of those material is going to be clay, because you know I have to make coke ovens. The second ingredient is going to be osmium, so there you go. You need a teeny tiny bit more lava. And while the osmium is cooking, we also need blood. My blood. I should have eaten a bit more. Yep, just a bit more. Yes, very heroic. I know. Oh, my flesh. Nice. I have been doing this for a while, and unfortunately each time that I take damage you get like 20 millibuckets of blood, and that's a no bueno. So maybe we should find an alternative solution. I noticed that in the quest book it is going to give me a potion of regeneration, and I think that's the purpose behind the reward. So let us get it. I have a feeling that we have already done this before, but there you go. Here's 8 more. I get my potion, and here we go again. It's not really helping. Yeah, it's region 1, it's garbage. Actually, I just noticed I can break the smeltery region a little bit of health and then put it back. Yes, that helps. For the moment I think we have enough. Yeah, it's almost 2 buckets. That's good enough for me. While I'm converting my blood, let me try to help you with some of the comments. Lash, did you know that you can put a witch inside the smeltery and he will give you infinite blood? And let me give you a hint of the reply. Find a witch. I dare you. And it's not just finding a witch, it's putting him inside the smeltery. That is the problem. Anyways, let us see where we stand. We are going to use all of the coagulated blood that I have, and that should give me 24 more of these blocks. We should start making an engineer's hammer because that is one of the quests. You're giving me so many trophies for nothing. And I need 27 coke oven bricks. So there you go, that is 28. For the moment I don't really know where we're going to set up everything, so I'm going to assemble our coke oven and our blast furnace next to each other over here. And I'm assuming since making coal coke is going to take billions of years, you start working. We also need 27 blast bricks, which is Invar. Invar is cheap. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but we can have 90 ingots. Although now that we have a coke oven, how do we make a tank? Because that is kind of important for getting the creosote oil. That's not going to happen. Oh, thermal expansion. I forgot I already have one. And I can also make a servo. It's not that bad. Conduits would have been nicer, but I don't even have an ender pearl for an item conduit. I forgot how long it takes for Invar to cool down, but it's okay. We have our 27 blast bricks, and here is our blast furnace. This system is going to be incredibly slow, but I'm assuming whenever we get one piece of steel, we can also go to the Nether and get some blood. Despite my beautiful eyes, I like blood. Who doesn't? It's yummy. Also, I kind of just noticed the tag on my flesh. Werewolf. So anything of interest. Oh. You give me a fluid duct. Okay, that's nice. Ladies and gentlemen, our first piece of steel. I was hoping that's a quest. Oh, you need 4. Okay. Well, we're not in a hurry. Here is my flint and steel, and we are going to pay a very small visit to my home. See you in hell. Did I crash? No? Are we good? No? I'm still waiting. Just letting you know. Ah, we're good. Okay. You have visited the Nether. I know. Thank you for the information. Oh, we have Nether ores. So is it like something that you put it and it will quadruple your ores or no? No. Apparently it's from a different mod. But we do have cobalt. Can I take it? Yes, harvestable. I know that alumite should be able to mine cobalt, but you know, this is a very weird mod pack, so things can be different. Are you friendly? Yes. A very weird way of finding out. Okay, that's not good. And he kind of flies. I was hoping to find the slime island, but unfortunately I don't see anything. So there is a crazy guy with his jungle dressed in the Nether, scaffolding over lava. I did manage to find the slime island. It's still not in a very ideal location. It's over there. But we are going to try and get it. Netherite ore. Oh, it gives you a scorching sword with 20 damage. Holy, I think I had to kill that stupid blaze. Some of you were worried about Erebus. This is worse. Yep, don't you worry. It's not that far. Yeah, it's like 100 meters. You know, I'm just thinking, how the hell do I get down there? Okay, there is blocks under the gravel and we just have to drop it. Then I can go down. I know. I'm a genius. Oh, I could have jumped. It's not even 20 blocks. This is literally like walking on a minefield. Everything poisons you or burns you. I thought that is a creeper. Ah, come on. It's kind of deeper than I was expecting, but I think we have enough gravel. Yes, good. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bit of blood. So going to the Nether might seem redundant to you, but the point is, I wanted more of this stone. I have been looking at the quest and it seems that I have to upgrade my blast furnace as soon as possible to the improved blast furnace because we need a lot of steel, and one coke oven is not going to be enough. Also, in addition to all of that, we now have access to cobalt and manulin. I should have more osmium. Inventory management is a pain, so I keep everything inside the satchels. Ah yes, 16 here. Had to cook up a little bit more osmium, but we have enough bricks. Oh, and by the way, they said it should not be on a chunk border. Oh, I'm a genius. It's not crossing the border. Perfect. So here is our second coke oven, and with this we should be able to semi-automate it. Not great, but not terrible. I forgot, how did you make a servo? Okay, it's not that bad. Can you shut up? Thank you. They don't realize I'm recording, they just make noises. I had to make an extra servo cause you know, we have 2 coke ovens and we need to extract from both of them. Oh, and we got an upgrade kit. We use it. Also, while the steel is cooking up, I want to try something. Can we make demon steel? Cause you know, demon steel actually makes a far better sword than manulin. We just drop 1. Yes, it does work. Good. Then ladies and gentlemen, let me upgrade my tools and I'll be right back. I have upgraded my tools to cobalt and I have also upgraded my sword. The sword almost does 12 damage, which is really good, because previously it was just doing like 6. But the point is, the blade is made out of demon steel, the rod itself is made out of bones, so that will give us fractured and extra damage. Also, now that we have gotten into immersive engineering, we need to think about power. How do we generate power? Well, that is a good question. Water wheels and windmills are great, but they look ugly. Incredibly ugly. I mean, the textures are great, but if you want to make it efficient, it's not gonna look nice. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go with thermoelectric generators, because we can get yellorium blocks. My problem is getting packed ice, so we need to go on a very small adventure. But before doing that, we need a little bit of string. Oh, that was a quest. Emperor. Thank you. Because you know, if we find packed ice, we kind of need to be able to silk touch it. So I want a silky jewel for my shovel. There you go. Silk touch. And since I'm going on a very small adventure, I need a new horse. You're garbage. Oh no, you're 2.6. You're good. Yes, we're friends. You also get the armor. And this time I do have a lead, so he should be fine. He should not burn to death. You know, this is a Thaumcraft dungeon, and we're kind of beefy. Should we check it out? Why not? I even brought a fence. So you stay here. Don't move. Leave it to the professionals. I say that and I get shot. We're just going to break the spawners. We don't need them. My loot! Jerks! Well, the loot is there. The only useful thing that I found was an ancient tome for power 5. That's it. Another power 5. And some bones. Another evil craft beacon. I really don't know what they do. Is it just for decorations? Well, you do get diamonds. Is this the stone that I wanted? Yep, it's here. We're going to camp here, so you stay. I take my stone. Well, I did manage to find a village, and guess what? They had purple carpets. And I do have a chisel. There you go. But other than that, we are going to take all the pistons. Ooh, my goodness. Armor. I can later on smelt it down into iron, so that's good. We take the chests. Actually, all the chests. So I have just realized I made a very stupid mistake. This is Minecraft 1.12. You cannot just go exploring and expect to find packed ice. That is 1.16. Yeah, well, you're half dead anyways. So yes, even though I did not manage to find packed ice, but I did manage to find a few goodies on the way, looting a few villages, and a few important biomes. I did quite a bit of exploring, but this is actually very important. This is called Corallium Infested Swamp. This is where we're going to find antimatter for abyssal craft later on. Also, I have been reading the wiki on immersive engineering, and it seems that if we use water instead of packed ice, the result is not going to be that different. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to finish my hut, make a few thermoelectric generators, and I'll be right back. So ladies and gentlemen, it's not something super fancy, but it is something that we're going to call home. Inside we have everything that we need, and you might notice that yes, I have installed a few mods, because I thought this mod pack lacks some spice. When you want to build something, you're basically building in vanilla 1.12, and I was like, no. So I have added rustic, and I have added architecture craft. Although after I added rustic, I noticed that the pots are actually kind of cheaty, because you can use them as a chest. But chests are cheap, and I'm never going to use these guys for storage anyways. In general, rustic has some functional blocks, but we're not going to use them. We're just going to use it for decorations and the beautiful doors. Anyhow, inside we have our bed, our trophies, the other trophy, furnaces, and plenty of storage. And my storage crate is actually down here because I don't like how they look. But I can access it from my crafting station, so we're good. By the way, the reason that I have two crafting stations and one of them is vanilla is that there is a recipe conflict between the iron lattice and shurikens from Divine RPG. So I had to install a mod so that I can choose the recipe that I want. Because you see, this is the recipe for iron lattice, and this is the recipe for a shuriken. Also, when I was working on our home and reorganizing our storage, I claimed all the rewards, and we did manage to get a few goodies, ender pearls and conduits. And apparently I did not need to make a clock for the smeltery, we already got one, but I prefer the other clock. Also, one more thing, I noticed that if you make your sword out of demon steel, you kind of can't repair it. I had to switch it with manual. But enough of fooling around, let us get down to business. Immersive engineering. We need to start by making an engineer's workbench, and yes, it does require a painting press. Kind of a crazy recipe, but who cares? Here is my engineer's workbench. We're out of space. I seriously need a workshop. We put you here, for now. And you're going to give me a chair. Is it useful? I don't know. The thermoelectric generator that we want to make is going to require a vacuum tube, so we need a blueprint for components. I don't have paper? Okay. Oh, cause each tree gives you one. I didn't notice. We are not that rich on steel. I think we have like 3 stacks and a half, but we have to spend some of it. Cause you know, I kind of need this. We press on, yes, I know. Oh, that was the press. I looked at the wrong one. Oh, it's this one. Okay, actually that's not really bad because we also need the press anyways, because that's the only way we can make plates. Well, not the only way of making plates, the efficient way of making plates. So even before upgrading my blast furnace, I am actually going to make a metal press. I think I have all the ingredients, so nickel plate, invar plate, glass, and wire. Does it have to be orange glass? Yep. Okay. Well, we have an orange tulip, so who cares? So do you work now? Thank you. And FYI, this is why we seriously need to have a metal press, because I need to make a lot of wires, and each wire requires 1 plate. And each plate needs 2 ingots. So it's expensive. Oh, it gets worse. It gives you 1 instead of 4. So I need more copper. Another FYI, this is why I'm not a fan of quests. If you want them to count, you have to craft things that you don't really need. But in any case, after a bunch of crafting, here is our first thermoelectric generator. Perfect. And it is a quest. Oh, it does give you 2 packed ice. Okay, I didn't have to go exploring. But it only gives you 2 of them, so it's not gonna be enough. Anyhow, now that we have means of generating power, how do we make a metal press? Yes, it's not horrible. Okay, we can afford it. Still, scaffolding is one of my favorite blocks, but in this mod pack, I'm guessing it's not going to be. It's so expensive. Well, I'm guessing right now it's expensive. After we get into mechanism, steel is going to be incredibly cheap. How do you make conveyor belts? Ooh, kind of boring, but we have 6. That's not an achievement, okay. I have prepared a very small flat area for our immersive engineering needs, and we are going to assemble the presses over here. It's far away from the base, but at least we will have a decent location for it. Do I have to hit here? 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 Yes. It's kind of weird that none of these are achievements. Am I missing something? Oh. Okay. Just to make sure that the quest itself is going to count, we need to reassemble it. Yes, there you go. I haven't even got started with immersive engineering yet, but we have gone through most of my steel. And just for making plates, nothing super fancy. But again, for those of you who don't know, the way that a thermoelectric generator works is that it is going to generate a little bit of RF based on the temperature difference of blocks that you put on opposite sides of it. So yellorium is one of the hottest blocks that we can afford, and packed ice is one of the coldest that we can afford. And that total should give us 60 RF per tick. I think the best combination is that instead of yellorium we use plutonium, which we don't have, and gelid cryotium, which is supposed to be the coolest thing ever. I know that this is a little bit of dire wire, but I need to make more thermoelectric generators and we need more metal presses. So for the moment this is a temporary setup. Didn't I bring the mold? Okay, so that was a ghost item in my inventory. The plates were still in the table. So you, my dear friend, are you going to be a 1-to-1 ratio? Yes, finally. Some automation. It's garbage automation, but you know. That essentially means I can start upgrading you. I don't have the power to run it, but we can at least do the upgrade. And for the upgrade we need 27 plates. Cause you know, we have 27 blocks. Here is my reinforced blast bricks. For some very weird reason we have to make sure it is within one chunk. And here is my blast furnace. I should have done it the other way. Yes, this way. So again I was checking the quest to see why the blast furnace itself was not counting, and then I realized I have to waste more steel in order to make more presses. I do admit that the rod and the wire are going to be useful, but why do I need a gear? That is literally wasting 5 steel ingots. And then you will expect that you will get a nice reward, but no, you will get a mold for bullets or unpacking. What does unpacking do? This. That's it. Anyhow, it was the gear, the rod, and the wire. Are we good? Thank you. We cannot power the blast furnace at this very moment, but I am going to make the preheaters as well. You know, just to make sure that everything is complete. And here is the quest. Perfect. Oh, it gives you 3 iron chests. That's so nice. I take it back, some of the rewards are worth it. So this improved blast furnace that you see over here is not that different from the crude one which we had previously. The speed is going to be exactly the same. What is going to make the difference is the preheaters, which I think was facing the incorrect way. Why do you not connect? Ah yes, I can do that. Didn't know you can do it with a hammer. Of course, another difference is that this guy can be automated, but if we want it to run faster, we need to provide these guys with power, which we don't have, and I kind of have to go mining for it. So for the moment this will do. Technically I'm out of resources to continue with immersive engineering, so we should call it a day, but before we wrap up today's episode, let's do a little bit more roots. If we are rushing towards applied energistics, I don't think we need to do any roots, but roots is a very fun mod. I mean, for example, look at this unending bowl. How can you not fall in love with it? It's so nice. We're going to put it as decorations next to our home. But in addition to that, it is going to give us a few quality of life improvements, including food and magical stuff, as well as armor. The wildwood armor is actually pretty decent. So yes, if we want to rush towards applied energistics, maybe we don't need roots at all, but it's a fun mod. Why not? But in any case, we have to finish every single chapter because, for example, this one is telling us if we finish root, we will unlock autumn. And something comes after autumn. I don't know what it is, but we have to finish everything. What I'm basically trying to say is that it's not going to be a huge waste. We need to make charred stone. Oh, charred stone is from Content Tweaker. Such an amazing mod. It just makes your life miserable. Last episode we made the pyre, but we could not use it because we did not have any means of firing it up. But now we have a flint and steel. And it gives you the result. Nice. I love the animation. Sneak right click to repeat it. Nice touch. That is the quality of a great mod. We do it one more time. I like fire. So with the charred stone we have to make the mortar, but I don't have paper, so we're going to harvest some roots. I had no idea you can plant them. That should give us a teeny tiny bit of paper. So here is the mortar, and we also need the pestle. Where is it? Ah yes. There you go. I remember that earlier it needed diorite. For me it was a pain because I always void diorite. Oh, we also need to make a groove and we need more charred stone. Okay. I said the unending ball is going to look beautiful. It needs dark steel. Or arc furnace. I don't really care. We're going to use it for decorations. Our next quest is to get a groove stone and we're going to make 2. They really look nice. So if we want to follow the quest, we need to make something called spell dust. Because that is going to unlock the fake crafter, and this is basically the crafting table for roots. I think any flower will do, and we should be able to get some flower things. Petals? Yes. Oh, and by the way, this is called the spell of groove supplication because the groove on its own is just a decorative block. We need to activate it. So for the spell itself, we need the petals, root of the fallen, a feather, moss stone, and a red cedar sapling. Give me my spell. Thank you. I was worried for a second. Yes, it's any sapling. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, a fancy crafting table. So I don't really know why everything in the book itself is locked and I cannot really unlock them, but I think we need a spell imbuer. There you go. It's not that expensive. The groove stone is going to accelerate the growth of plants next to it when it's activated, so we're going to do it a little bit far away from our home. We put it here. Spell imbuer. The spell goes in, and I kind of forgot that you also need to have a staff, which, oh my goodness. Do we have enough? Yes. These are kind of rare items. You should not ask me to have that much. Oh, and also I need the whistle. Weird. Do you consume it? Oh, you do. Okay. Anyways, the spell goes in, staff on top, we lit it on fire, and we have a staff with groove supplication. It needs wild root and terra moss in order to function, okay? So you should function. Oh, you need the pouch. Everything has to be a crazy amount of crafting, but it's okay. We have our pouch. Wild root and terra moss goes inside, and now you should work. Yes, perfection. So now if I want to use something using our fake crafter, I can. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.